So today we're going to talk about law of sines with word problems. So basically, once we have our triangle, hopefully by now with all the practice we've done this week, we'll be good to go. You don't have to worry about any ambiguous situations with the word problems, at least not in this group. After we do law of cosines, then we'll start incorporating the ambiguous case. But for the time being, realize there'll only be one solution for any word problem. So basically, we're looking at two people and an airplane. The angle at the airplane is 95 degrees. The angle of elevation are 40 and 45 respectively. The people are 250 yards apart. All right, so the 250 is opposite the 95, so that one goes in the middle. All right, if we're trying to find B, that is opposite. All right, that is opposite the 45-degree angle, so that's sine 45. All right. And from there, we're going to be doing what we did all week, which is cross multiplying up. Look at me. I already got them in the wrong spot. Should have the sine 45 on the top and the B on the bottom. All right. Happens a lot. You just got to correct it real quick. So now I'm going to do 250 sine 45. All right. And then divide that by the sine of 95. And I get 177.5. So person A is 177.5 yards away from the plane, which is pretty close. They may want to be careful. That's a little close to the plane. All right, so that's what we're trying to do. All right. So now the key is, how do we get there? And to start with that, we start with a fire lookout station problem. It says two fire lookout stations are 15 miles apart, with station A directly east of station B. Both stations spot a fire. The angular direction of the fire from station B is north 52 degrees east, and the angular direction of the fire from station A is north 36 degrees west. How far is the fire from station A? Okay, so basically they say A is directly east of B. Well, obviously, you need to know what east and west are. All right. Now, the fact that one is north 52 degrees east and one is north 36 degrees west, the key part we're looking at with the bearings is that they're coming from the opposite direction. That tells us the fire is in between. Okay? So there's our triangle we're going to use for law of sines. All right. Okay, so basically, if I'm looking at B, it says north 52 degrees east. So you have to remember that's 52 degrees, which makes that spot 38 degrees. They are complementary. So you got to remember to subtract that from 90 to get the actual interior angle. All right. Same thing with A. It says A is north 36 degrees west. So that would be that, making that 54 degrees inside. So you got to remember to give the appropriate angles in. We then label the 15 miles apart. And they want to know how far is the fire from station A. So they want that distance. You got to remember to make sure you answer which one they're asking for. So that's B. So I'm going to use the sine of 38. B is 38 over question mark equals the sine of an angle over 15. Remember, to get that angle, we're just going to add them up and subtract from 180. 38 plus 54 is 92. Subtract that from 180, you get 88. All right. And again, all we're going to do is cross multiply. 15 sine 38. Divide that by sine of 88. And you're going to get the question mark to be about 9.24 miles. All right, so we're just setting it up. Okay. Any questions thus far? All right, so let's set up the back. Okay, so we have a diagram like this. And in the top one, they're not saying which segment they want. They're just telling you this is 15. So these are the components you need to know. These two form a straight line, so they form a linear pair. So that's 115. 115 plus 20 is 135. Subtract from 180, and you get 45 degrees. All right. I got all three angles in one side. So for this triangle, since it's not a right triangle, I'm going to use law of sines. The 15 is opposite the 45, so I'm going to put that one in the middle. So sine 45 over 15. On one side, I'm going to put one angle, so sine 20 over AC. On the other side, I'm going to put the other angle, so sine of 115 over AD. I'm going to cross multiply 15 sine 115. Divide that by the sine of 45. AD ends up being about 19.23. Round where they tell you to round to. Now I'm going to get AC over there. 15 sine 20, once again divided by sine 45. And I get 7.26. All right. Now, from there, I now have the side of a right triangle. I can use regular right triangle trig or Pythagorean theorem to get these sides. For example, that's 65 degrees. If I want to get AB, sine 65 equals, we'll call it x, over 7.26. I do regular right triangle trig from the beginning of the year. This becomes 6.58. And then to get here, I can either use cosine or I can use regular Pythagorean theorem. A squared plus b squared equals c squared. I plug in 6.58 squared plus the unknown is 19.23 squared. All right, I would then solve and then take away the 15, or if we just use cosine, I get 3.07. So either way, it's going to enable you to be able to do it. All right. So what I would like you to do then is use that idea to work on that triangle there, finding the height of the tree to the nearest foot. All right, one of the things you're going to want to keep in mind when looking at this problem is to make sure you answer what they're asking for you so you don't waste your time doing work you don't need to do. This problem says find the height of the tree, which is over here. Okay? So basically what that means is, although that would be great to find like we did in that problem using law of sines, we don't need it. All right, now the linear pair part we still need, that's 105. All right, 105 plus 45 is 150, that's 30. All right, so basically in order to find the height of that triangle, to me the best way of going about it is get that segment there. That segment is opposite the 45, I'm going to call that x. So that's the transitional piece I need. The sine 45 over x equals sine 30 over 20. The 20 is opposite the 30. I'm going to cross multiply 20 sine 45 divided by sine 30. X is 28.3. All right. Now we assume the tree is growing at a 90-degree angle. We know that's 28.3. We're trying to find h. That would be the sine function. So sine of 28.3 equals the height. Nope. Sine of the angle, which is 75, equals h over 28.3. I'm going to do 28.3 times sine 75. And gives me a height of approximately 27.34. And then you round to where it tells you. All right. So everybody good with the idea of word problems and setting them up? All right. So then let's talk about, do any of you from 5A or the people that already did the homework, do you have any questions about the solutions that were posted? All right, everybody's good with the homework solutions from last night from 5A and the people that did it in 5B? I'll gladly go over anything.
Could you actually go over number 5 from the homework?
Absolutely.
All right, thank you.
So C's 110 right there. Opposite that's the 20. B is 31. And this would be angle B. So the sine of 110 over 20 equals sine of B over 31. I'm going to cross multiply 31 times the sine of 110. I'm going to divide that by 20. Sine B. Nope, wrong one. This is the impact. My bad. Give me a sec. I'll fix it. Hold on. I'm working on it. Sorry about that. So give me 1 second. B is 17. That B is 4. A is 14. And then this would be A. So B is 17 degrees, 4. All right, now I'm good to go. Sorry about that. Okay. So that's the measurements they give us. So the sine of 17, the angle they give me over 4, equals the sine of A over 14. I'm going to do 14 sine 17. That comes out to be 4.09. And then I'm going to divide that by 4. And the sine of A comes out to be 1.0233. Since that's greater than 1, therefore we declare that there is no solution.
Thank you.
No problem. Any others?
Could you go over number 8 too?
Sure. Okay, now, the quick version. Okay, the quick version. Okay, so you know 35 is bigger than 33. So that means the angle opposite the 35 would have to be bigger than angle B. Well, if B is already obtuse, that can't happen because you can't have obtuse angles. Mathematically, sine of 133 over 33 equals the sine of A over 35. We would do 35 sine 133 divided by 33. Hold on. Sine 133 over 33. That's coming out to be a number greater than. Okay, well, we'll keep going from there. So 35 sine 133. All right, divided by 33 gives me sine A of approximately 0.7756. So now I do second sine and then 0.7756. That comes out to be 50 degrees. If I plug 50 degrees back in, 50 plus 133 is 183, which is too big. So that's how you can confirm it arithmetically.
Thank you.
No problem. Everybody else good? Okay, so as you know, there's some changes going on. Where my rock fuel is? In the room, dude. Dude, that was like $5. Dude, all right, I got $5. You don't have to. Next time, prepare me for it. What? I told you. Red Bull. I didn't get your pretzel because I was out of money from buying your Red Bull. All right, so your quiz tomorrow is on law of sines. This is what you're going to do. You're going to first sign in to Google Meet. The link will be available very early, probably at the beginning of fourth period. If you want to get set up early, you can. Tomorrow, your cameras must be on while you're taking the quiz. So that's the only change. While you're taking the quiz at home, your cameras are on. All right. The quiz is designed to take 35 minutes. So if you want to log on early to make sure you get this done early and take the 35 minutes, that's fine. If you want to stay a few minutes later, all right, you can as well, and I will contact you. And you just And if your sixth period teacher has an issue with it, let me know and I will contact them. Okay, the quiz is still in Edulastic. All right. So tomorrow your cameras will be on. Your mics don't have to be on. All right. You don't have to show me what's going on with your phone. If you're using your phone as a calculator, that's fine. I just need to have your cameras on while you're taking the quiz. All right. So that's the one change with tomorrow, and that's probably going to be moving forward what is going to occur. The cameras are going to be on. Again, I don't want the mics on. All right, if you want to turn the mic on to ask me a question while you're taking the quiz, that's perfectly fine. But you don't need to leave the mic on while the quiz is occurring. So if you got music in the background that you're trying to listen to do well or whatever you got, all right, that's what you're going to do. All right, you can keep everything in front of you. Any resource you have at home, feel free to use. That's not what we're doing. We're just making sure no one's sharing answers and going from there. All right, so that's the only change for tomorrow. So make sure you go to Google Meet, turn your cameras on, and you go to Edulastic and you start the quiz. If you have any questions about the quiz moving forward, all right, I will have extra help during my normal office hour, 1:40 to 2:12. I'll post that later today. 2:12 to 3 o'clock will be in the virtual math lab. All right, I'll also be available there. All right, you just have to go to the Google Classroom virtual math lab. In addition, tomorrow from 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock a.m., I'll be at my desk. Feel free to, there'll be a Google Meet posted for that. If you want to come into that, feel free to do that as well. All right. Don't forget tonight for everybody is area of a triangle. You're just doing 1/2 AB sine C. You're calculating the area of that. In 5B, those of you that haven't done it already, and that was my mistake when I posted it, I made the due date tonight instead of last night. You got to finish that. All right, before letting you go, does anybody have any questions?
No, thank you.
All right, well, have yourself a good day again. If you want to come by for extra help, great. If not, I'll see you tomorrow for the quiz.
Have a good day.
Have a nice
Have a good one, Strada.
Have a good one.
Be good, guys.
Have a good day.
Yep, you too.